Week 48 of reselling online, and it's been a journey to get here. This week actually has been a little different. We've come back from a week away, which meant we had a bit of an aftermath of all the sales that I had to deal with. I've also picked up some freebies, which I want to tell you all about, and I had my first garage sale experience. There's plenty more in between, and I'm going to take you through the highs, the lows, the ups, the downs, the everything in between. And of course, if you stick around, you might learn something, and that's the whole purpose of this video, is to show you what I'm doing to maybe help you do something similar. So let's jump into it. So kicking off with the top 5 items sold, item number 1 was this VHS player, Panasonic. Now I picked this one up from a Vinnie's for, it was actually $15, but from the average cost of goods for that day, it cost me $2.27. It sat around for about 2 weeks. I've sold it for $115 plus postage. So after fees, I've profited around $94.50. Top item number 2 was this Game Boy Advance purple version. It was very rough. Like, there's a few bits and pieces of it hanging off it. It's very dirty, as you can see. I've sold this for $75. This was a zero cost. I picked this up probably about 3 years ago from a garage sale. Some guy was just throwing things out, and there's a lesson here is, you know, if it's not listed, you're not going to obviously sell it. So I finally listed it, sold within 24 hours, 75 bucks, profited $64.75. Another Game Boy from the same situation, similar to the one before. This one cost me $0. It's not working at all. Sold it for $35, profited $30.75. Top item number 4 was this Dancing Stage Universe. This one came from the video game haul, cost me $4.50, sold it for $40 plus postage, and I've profited around $47.50. And a couple of weeks ago, I went to the tip shop, and top item number 5 is exactly from that. So this is one of the Royal Dalton character and Toby Jugs books. This one cost me $3.31, so I have paid up for it, but I've got about 6 of these, and I've sold one for $22, so I've profited $15.39. So once they all sell, I'm going to make quite a big chunk. And they're not all the same book, they're all different versions of the book. Now, before we go any further, if you have been tracking my video game haul, let me give you an update. It's been progressing along nicely. It's actually super humbling and overwhelming and encouraging at the same time of just being able to see the money that I've been able to make back from this. Now, of course, there's a lot of it's taking up a lot of space, so it's been great to be able to move some of this along. I've been actually had one customer come back, and they've ended up purchasing probably 10 items now, but except they haven't done it at once. They seem to buy 2, and then they'll buy another 4, and then they'll buy another 1, and then they'll buy another 3, which is great. And that, yeah, they must be sitting around. I think I'm talking to them at the moment, and we're talking about another 3 or 4 that they want to purchase. So look, it's good. I'm not complaining. But we've done really, really well with this deal. And once again, I cannot emphasize enough of how important it is to just tell people what you do, and you know, just have that out there. And I think it's really, really important because I've had some big wins from it to date doing this, as you can see. So, the flops, the wins, the lessons, and all that jazz for this week. Well, there's no real flops. I think I was a bit overwhelmed coming back from being away, and we'll talk about that shortly. But lessons for this week is, you would think I would know this by now, is if it's not listed, it can't sell. And surprisingly, I'm still, you know, putting things to the side, getting to them later. And when it comes to listings, sometimes if I'm tired, I'm just trying to find easy items when, you know, one of the big focus areas I really want to make sure I'm doing going into the new year is batching my listings. If I can spend one day and do a week's worth of listings, whether it's DVDs, whether it's high ticket items, and it has to be a combination of both. That way I've got all the stuff ready to go, and I don't have to keep going back and finding something to do. Because one example was yesterday, I went for a long run, I did a race, I got home, I wasn't home till about 4 or 5 o'clock, I was exhausted, I was tired, and I really didn't want to list. Fortunately, I did have some DVD and game pictures already taken, so I was able to scrounge through and get those done, but it was just a slow process. But then I realized I didn't have enough. I only had 5. I had 5 remaining, so I had to take a few more pictures and things like that. Did some Pokemon cards, and so yeah, I think if I can get things listed quicker in an easier way, meaning batching it when I'm in the zone, that's where the big win is going to be. And speaking of wins, this week I did pick up some freebies, got some PSP games, which I'm going to tell you all about. And I also went to a garage sale, which was an interesting experience. And yeah, I want to show you my time away sales as well, because it was quite overwhelming. Very good. It was quite good, but just a lot of time to pack everything and get it ready to go. Anyway, let's move on. So the week has been, look, it's been a solid week. It's been a strong week. ASP though has been down, and we haven't hit any of those big ticket items really this week. We've had a total of 47 sales, margin being up there around 70.3%. Cost of goods was cheap, $93. And we've sold $1,053 worth, profiting around $741. If you have a look, you can see the items that have been selling. Once again, video games being those top items. We've got books still moving out the door, and the average cycle time being around 52 days. So the rolling view, how are we tracking? Well, we've had quite a few big weeks for the last couple of weeks, and now we've had a drop week. So it has been interesting, and we are coming into the Christmas period, so I'm expecting that things would slightly start to drop off because people won't be able to get things delivered in time. So I might try and push some Facebook deals on some of the big ticket items just between now and Christmas, see if I can get them moving along quite quickly. But otherwise, look, we're doing pretty good. Average is around $963, which when you think about it, you know, if I can guarantee around $960 a week, it's happy days. And in terms of stats of listings and sales, yeah, we did the usual 105 for this week, so 15 listings every day for 7 days, and we've had around 6.8, 6.7 sales per day, which surprisingly, the weekly flow started off pretty, interesting. So last week I mentioned about, you know, being time away and what that meant for being away. It didn't really impact me, but this week, the start of the week was slow. Like, as you can see, it took a while to ramp back up. I did have an open case, which was a little annoying, and that was more so just because someone said an item didn't arrive, and I didn't believe that. But anyway, I don't really want to harp on that. It was a $15 item, so I just refunded them. But it took a while for the store to get back into its usual progress, I guess. So as you can see here, we ramped up, then we dropped, and then we had a bit more consistency. $100,000 revenue update. As you can see here, I've changed this a little bit, so just tracking towards the estimate for the end of this year. We're at day 336. We've done $46,317, and estimate for the end of the year is we're coming in shy of 50,000, but hopefully we can hit that 50,000. However, I'm going to keep tracking this, keep sharing with you how long it's going to take to get to 100,000. I can't complain. This is my first year doing something like this, and to get this result is good stuff. Some time for show and tell. Let's jump into it. Just a quick little update, team. So picked up all these PSP games. I kid you not, there's about 38 there. Neighbors next door were throwing them out, so it was like a quick grab. Actually, Dad picked these up for me while I was away, so I've been teaching him well, and he's learned really well because there is a good amount of value here. I've already sold this one here for 25 bucks, but some of these are about $40 games each. These I'm yet to actually go through, but I should get a good few buckaroos from these, so not too bad, guys. You got to look out what your neighbors are doing. If they're moving, if they're getting rid of stuff, make sure they know what you do or what you're looking for, because it always will work out in your favor. Good luck, guys. All right, team, here is a quick sneak peek of the things that I've sold while I've been away. So we've got a skirt, we've got some PSP games, got Wii Sports sealed, we've got some Wheel of Time books, we have Zelda Wii, we have some Lego figures here, this little loot crate car from Supernatural. This guy's bundled up Dancing Stage Universe 2 with a couple of games. We've got Dorothy the Dinosaur. We've got this Canon lens, which you would have seen already. This guy as well. A Cruel Girl shirt that's gone out. And over here we have Douglas, Thomas the Train. Someone's paid 20 bucks with this. And then Simpsons Road Rage, someone's paid 15 bucks with this. So it just goes to tell you where you just got to wonder where people's priorities are. Some Simpsons characters. All these media items, some brand new, some sealed, some rough and tough, and they're all between $9 and $25. This guy went for about $25. Another book for about 20 bucks. Isaac Asimov, Fantastic Voyage series, and a nice little bundle here of PSP games. So, done pretty good. All right, team. So I apologize. I didn't get any footage. It was chaos. It was great, but it was chaos. So very overwhelming. I haven't been to a garage sale like this, like I said, all year, and it was chockers. And he said no early callers. I got there at 7:45, starting at 8, and there was already people in there. So it was every man for himself. All the video games were gone. That's why I was there. They were gone. So that was a bit disappointing. I did manage to pick up a few goodies. Whether I've paid too much or not, his numbers, what he was wanting for things was a little too much, but we had to haggle him down. We had to wait it out. The longer I waited, the better his prices got, just because his wife started realizing he's going too high. I'll show you all the stuff. Otherwise, it was a great experience, and I did meet a lovely lady called Jody. Thank you for coming and saying hello. I really do appreciate it. And watching my videos and whatnot. So yeah, thanks for saying hi, and appreciate it very much. Cheers. All right, team, so we're back here, and I'm just going to quickly show you what I've got. Going to be quick because there's people doing works and stuff out the back, so it's just quiet for a second. So, Lord of the Rings. Picked up some wrestling figures. We've got this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. And also, must be from it as well. Also got a little Game Shark thing here for, I actually don't know what it's for, but probably doesn't work. Now, I haven't tested these. I don't know if they're working. I paid 20 bucks a pop for these, I think it was, or 30 bucks a pop. This one and this one. Picked up all the Blizzard stuff. So I've got a couple of free CDs that he chucked in. So AC/DC, Pink Floyd's as well. Not sure how they'll do, but they were free with it, so can't complain. We've got this Diablo 3 and over, just because it's a bit heavy. So 3 StarCrafts, the different versions, and then I've got some of the World of Warcraft stuff in there as well, and then some remotes. But basically we've got about 25 items, and I'm going to chuck up how much I spent. So average pop, it is a little higher from what I would normally pay, but I think I should be able to flog some of these off for pretty good. These guys should make my money back for all of it, and these guys, some of these will go for 25 a pop each, so I'm pretty safe. It's a learning experience. This stuff in here I've got to go through in detail and really see what's worth what, but I think I should be able to get probably $20 to $30 per box, so can't really complain with that. Perspective is everything. This is one of my favorite segments simply because it brings me back to perspective, helps me understand where I'm actually at, and also just keeps me honest, because not every week's going to be a great and big week. So for sales this week, we have ranked in at rank 14 out of the entire weeks of 48 weeks, coming in with around 47 sales, which isn't too bad. Revenue wise, we have ranked in at 16 out of 48, which is also good. This is a pretty average week, coming in with around $1,053. Profit wise, we've ranked in at rank 9 out of 48 weeks, which is pretty good. Profit at the end of the day is most important, because that's going to help me pay for my bills, save, invest, and all that jazz. And then margin, we've come in at rank number 4. So keeping that margin high has been a real big win over the last few weeks, as you can see. And if I can do this with a higher ASP, or with more sales, this is where I'm going to be able to get more profit, of course. So that's it, team. It's been a solid week. There's been a few ups and downs, and it has been probably a bit of a chase to just keep up with everything this week, simply because I was away again this week, and I was off doing another trail run. So it has been a bit of a juggling act, but I'm excited to try and finish the year strong, do some doubling down on listings and doubling down on just getting things sorted and getting myself prepared for the new year as well. So there's going to be a few more videos coming out over the coming weeks as we wrap up the year. There will be my results for November, which will be dropping soon as well, but plenty more things to come. There's probably even a couple of live streams too, so make sure you do check out my community tab. Otherwise, you can follow along on Instagram, and there's plenty of information there. I really appreciate you being here. Continue the conversation. If you have a question or something, drop it down in the comments. Otherwise, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, do the whole shebang, and hustle. Ciao.